Do you ever wonder why people like me insist on regularly reviewing what's running under the hood of your website? It's to protect you. And if you'd like to understand why that matters, keep watching because that's what I'm discussing today. Welcome to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and I'll break them down into bite-sized tips you can use straight away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and Shine. It's your business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. Episode number 693. It's Mindset Monday, and we're going to be talking again about website health, specifically why fewer moving parts on your website mean fewer problems. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you actually looked at what's running on your website? Not the content, not the design, the stuff underneath, the plugins, the integration, the tools that were connected to it at some point over the last few years. Many business owners have no idea how much is running under the hood because it gets added gradually and we rarely go back and check on it. Or worse, the site was built for you and handed over to you with no documentation and no maintenance instructions. It's about here where the issues really start to creep in. Updates to WordPress, plugins, and themes don't get applied in a timely fashion because people aren't aware they need to do it, or they're worried they might break something when they do. Plugins can get added without considering what existing ones already do. Now, this can sometimes happen because we get in different support people, and each support person has their own little preferred tool for doing something. So they go and install a new plugin just to get that job done for you. And another thing that can happen is over time, plugins and themes age out because developers abandon them and updates stop coming, which means that what was once a solid piece of software quietly becomes a liability. It's these things, along with user access and integrations, that I look at when I'm doing a health check, because in my experience, these are where the more significant security vulnerabilities exist. The other side to that coin is also the interoperability of all the moving pieces, the plugins, the themes, WordPress, whatever you're running your website on, the server software itself. This interoperability can cause significant problems with website availability. To my mind, code that hasn't been updated or user access that is no longer needed is sort of like leaving a door open, either to hackers or to a site simply no longer working. These are the things that are generally easy to fix early and certainly more stressful to address when things have finally gone wrong. Alrighty, look, I know I'm focusing on WordPress in this episode, and I do in a lot of my episodes, but that's because a lot of websites operate on it. Please, though, don't discount the things that I'm talking about today because you're not using WordPress. The principles that I'm going to discuss and I am discussing apply in a general way. I mentioned that you can address all of those issues in an early fashion. You can get to them early. But the question I bet you're asking, and if you're not asking, maybe you should be, is where do I start? Look, one of the best places to start, I think, is to log into your site and review the plugins that have paid subscriptions attached to them. Check if your subscriptions are still active or whether they've lapsed. Now, if they've lapsed and the plugin is still installed, you know it's not getting updates anymore, which leaves a potential security risk on your website. If the plugin is active, ask whether it's still being used or has its purpose been replaced by another function. You can save some money here and you might be able to reduce the complexity of the site by doing so. If the subscription has lapsed and you're still using the plugin, I'm really sorry to say you are going to have to pay for that subscription. Bring your plugin up to speed because you are just leaving yourself with a potential vulnerability there. Another place to review is to check who has access to the site. Review the users on the site and check the level of access they have. The high value targets for this, of course, are your admin users. You need to ask yourself if the people you have identified as admins on the site are still involved with your business. Are they all still working on the website? Do they need that level of access? Old admin users are easy to overlook. Former developers, old contractors, that person who helped out a couple of years ago. If you've still got an admin login, that's an open door that doesn't need to be there, and you absolutely need to shut it. But don't just stop at your admin users when you're looking at your users. Check the other access levels too. Whilst they don't have the same level of access as an admin user does, removing those that no longer need to get onto the site or onto the back end of the site, or downgrading them to a more appropriate level of access is truly best practice. I've spoken about the principle of least access in other episodes when I've spoken about security. That applies here as well. Nobody should have more access than their role actually requires. Another area that you can look at is the themes on your site. Many WordPress sites have themes sitting in the dashboard that aren't being used. And every unused theme is unnecessary code on the site that could contain vulnerabilities. You really should remove any unused themes, but before you do, and I'm sorry to say it, please check whether the active theme has a parent and child setup, because if it does, you do need to keep both of those. So be careful when doing this step. There are more than just oh, there is more. There's more. There is more than just security to consider with keeping themes and plugins up to date. And I know I'm banging on about it. Compatibility and interoperability, trying to say that one fast, are also an issue with unmaintained or unpatched plugins and themes. As WordPress and PHP, the software that runs on your server to actually make the site work, evolve, base functions change, and over time, some functions are removed. If you're running an older theme or plugin that hasn't had updates, the likelihood of that not working anymore increases, and a broken plugin or theme can crash an entire site. This is why regular reviews of your website infrastructure are really, really, really important. March for me has been all about website health, and what we've covered today is a great starting point for getting your house in order. Review the plugins, check the users and their access levels, clean up any themes that you're not using. Remember, the fewer moving parts on the site mean fewer things that can break and fewer things that need maintaining. Also, don't just limit this approach to your website. If you have other services like email marketing, CRMs, help desks, at least go through and review who has access to your system and address that as needed. Finally, this is not a set and forget exercise. Make this a regular check, quarterly at minimum, so the sprawl doesn't have a chance to creep back in. A lean website is a faster website, a more secure website, and a much easier website to maintain. Okay, guys, what do you think? Have I raised more questions here than I answered? I hope so, because that's how we learn and grow. Have you already done a security review or a health check review on your site? How did it go? What worked? What didn't? I would really love to know. So leave some comments wherever you're watching or listening to this episode. If the episode was useful, I would really, really love a like, and maybe you could share this with a friend as well. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you find out when I drop more content. And of course, if you need help with all of this, this is what I do. This is what I do for customers, and I'm here to help. You can book a free 30-minute breakthrough session by visiting my website, askcharlyleetham.com, and clicking the button at the top right-hand corner to to bring that up. If you've already booked a session and you've had your session and you'd like to hire me, I am here to help. Just reach out and we will organize that with you. Okay, that's it. So I hope you have a great week. If you are going to go and do your website health check, let me know, and I will see you on Wednesday where we're going to do a walkthrough Wednesday. See you then, guys. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.